Support also comes from Bethke Heating and Air Conditioning, installing Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling ductless systems for older homes and remodeling.
Committee meeting to order. Roll call. Alder Close. Here. Alder Bremser. Here. Alder Decker.
Here.
Alder Mitchell is excused. Sherry is here. Thank you. We have an active quorum. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We go to number 4, approval of the minutes. I'm looking for a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting held on May 26, 2026.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alder Decker, second by Alder Close. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Anybody tonight for public comment? It doesn't look like it, so we go to number 6. Resolution number 28, 26, 27 by Alderperson Mitchell and Perrella adopting an amended City of Sheboygan social media policy. Does city staff need to comment on this?
Thank you. There was the amended social media policy has changes highlighted and underlined for additional language and red strike through for any language removed. The changes generally are intended to address questions and concerns that were raised by members of council and the public with the original draft. If you have any specific questions, I'm happy to answer.
Any comment or question from the members?
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you to Attorney Majerus and the legal staff for amending the social media policy after myself and others did receive some feedback and concerns about the policy from residents and city committee members. I feel the amended policy is better explains and defines the private social media and the municipal social media account. So thank you.
Thank you, Alder Bremser. Any other comment or question? Very good. So then I'm looking for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alder Close, second by Alder Bremser. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair vote aye. Motion passes. Number 7, resolution number 29, 26, 27 by Alderperson Mitchell and Perrella authorizing the appropriate city officials to execute a quitclaim deed conveying a parcel of land to the Redevelopment Authority of Sheboygan to support the redevelopment of land associated with the former May Line property. Any comment from staff?
Thank you. So as the committee may recall, we've had a couple of these resolutions brought forward. City staff this is a very complex project. There were a lot of moving parts and a lot of different parcels and ownership to sort through. We've been working with an outside surveying company to assist us in all of the legal descriptions, and this resolution is needed because there were errors in the legal description that prevented the documents needed to be recorded, so that we consider this a housekeeping item to just hopefully button this project up and allow things to move forward.
Any comment or question from members? Just to confirm, it's not another little piece of land that has to be, it's just the legal part of it that has to be finalized.
A diagram on page 14 of the agenda packet.
Yep.
And this identifies the parcel of land described to be conveyed. And hopefully this legal description satisfies the Register of Deeds.
Do you know if this is the last piece that has to be adjusted? Or if this will delay the project in any way?
Administrator Bradley would like to weigh in on that question.
It is our understanding that it will. However, as what we've been finding as we go through there, because this is all prior railroad land, and it was very broken up in how it was basically conveyed over to the various entities that are involved. They originally had gone to public entities. So with us taking ownership, they didn't really perfect the title, and that's what's kind of affecting a lot of this, because it went to the county or it went to the city in the various parts there. So as we work through and get this all cleaned up, we hope this is the last part of all that process. Engineer Jump has spent a lot of time working on this with a number of consultants to make sure that we're there, but we don't want to say this is it and then something else pops up. But we believe this is everything, but unfortunately, I think we had to go back to the early 1800s for land records there, because this is all railroad. This was pre-existing to even the city's foundation. So very extensive deed work that went into this.
Will this delay a little bit the development in any way or not?
No, this if this were to be approved, I believe the intent is for closing on June 15th. I believe is the closing that's anticipated by the developer. So it's in line. We know we're going to do a contract amendment because we're about a year behind because of all of this starting. But they had set a June 15th date once we had figured everything out with the rail and the deed and all that. So we believe we're going to be in line with what we're going to be proposing for a contract amendment without having to change, because they have awarded the contract to their builder and all of that. This has just held that up.
Thank you, Administrator Bradley, and thank you, City Attorney Majerus. Any other comment also from the members? None? Very good. So,
To adopt the resolution.
yes. Motions by Alder Decker, second by Alder Close. All in favor? Aye. Chair votes aye. The motion passes. And we go to item number 8. Resolution number 342627 by Alderperson Mitchell and Perrella, authorizing changes to the Finance Department Table of Organization and Compensation Plan pursuant to Sheboygan Municipal Code Section 18-46 and 18-47, effective August 2026. Any comment from the staff?
I'll take this. So as the council knows, we are looking to bring property assessment services in-house. We have brought forward an intergovernmental agreement to provide assessment services to the city of Plymouth as part of that project. This is a housekeeping measure to authorize the city to recruit for the assessment service positions as in-house full-time staff positions, assigning them to the finance department. The reporting structure is included in the agenda packet as page 17, and you'll see that the city assessor, assessor 2, and assessor 3 positions are proposed. Those will report to the director of finance. The positions have been placed with our independent third-party compensation analyst, and so the resolution also notes the proposed compensation grades for these positions.
Any comment or questions from the members? Alder Close?
Thank you. Just a quick question about, it says in the that it's an agreement with the city of Plymouth as well. I was wondering what portion, if any, will the city of Plymouth be committing to this position, if they are going to be a part of the wage, the assessment that's in here, or are we taking on the full amount here?
There's an intergovernmental agreement. I don't know the percentage breakdown offhand. Casey?
I'll address that.
Okay.
So City Council previously adopted a resolution, and that formula is in there, and it's based on parcel count. So the cost will be distributed based on parcel count. So if we're 80%, we'll bear 80% of the cost. If it's 80-20, so that's going to change each year because parcels are added in communities or taken away. So there'll be small changes here and there as development takes place, but overall, that the entire cost would be distributed by parcel count, and if there's another community or two that comes in, then that would further dilute the amount of cost that each individual would receive as well.
Okay. So to clarify, as the work is being done, if there is more parcels that are for the city of Plymouth that are being assessed as opposed to city of Sheboygan, that'll be adjusted for the budget later on to reflect that?
Yep, that I believe is explained how frequent that would take place. I believe it's every year or 2 years. There's a recalculation because you don't want to be doing it mid-year because it affects budgets that are already set the prior year. So it's addressed in the contract, but it's all based on that parcel count.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Alder Close. Any other questions or comments from the members? Alder Decker?
There we go. I just want to say I'm happy that we're doing this. I know this is what we've talked about this before. This is a cost savings for the city. This is also going to be, a better service for our constituents. That's the biggest part about this is it's not only cost savings, but it's also be a better service than what we were probably able to provide in the past. So I'm glad we're doing this.
To confirm, there are 3 positions added or 2?
We are asking that the table of organization be changed to accept 3 positions. We will not be recruiting all 3 right away.
Oh, very good. So the 108,000 is for 2 addition at the moment.
I would have to double check with the finance director on how they broke that down. My understanding is that we would be posting for 1 position later this summer and then including the other positions in next year's budget.
So the amount that I just was surprised, I couldn't align the amounts with 3 positions. It would make more sense for 2, or maybe it's only 1, I don't know.
I think this is listed for 1 position because we only need the 1 person. They won't be doing assessment services this year. They'll be developing the infrastructure by which assessment services are done in future years. So we'll have 1 person here to take charge of that project. The next item on the agenda is the software program that staff proposes that person use. And then in the 27 budget, sufficient money will be included in that to better staff the division of assessment services within finance.
So for now, we just hire 1 new assessor, and that person will be able to start the process for 2027.
They will prepare the software and ensure that the city is ready for the 2027 assessment process.
Thank you very much, Attorney General Majerus. Any other comment or question? Yes, Alder Close.
Thank you. I just wanted, could you go more into detail about what the process will look like as we transition away from this third-party service to the in-house assessment? Do we have a phased plan, or is it because you mentioned the software being set up and then being able to start in 2027, will it be a clean break between 2026 and 2027, or will we have some kind of phased approach as time goes on?
Administrator Bradley would like to answer that.
Please.
Yes, there is no concurrent programs. The way assessment works, they're either in one books or the other. So essentially what's going to take place, if this is approved and then the next one is approved, which is the actual program that we would go on to, that new employee would then transition all of our records onto that system and all of Plymouth's records. So they'll be working with two separate vendors to get the property tax records or the property information cards, and all the assessment data would then be rolled into that new system. Because even though we're proposing a Catalyst system, which we're currently on Catalyst, but it's actually the new software that they're using and marketing as a company, Patriot, as opposed to the one that we're currently on, which is Market Drive. So those are incompatible systems. So we'll have to take all the records from their Market Drive system, and then if you approve the next item, which is the Patriot system, all that gets rolled in, and then there's another vendor that our new staff member would be working with on the Plymouth side. I believe they're using Accurate as their current vendor. So they would take it from Accurate's system and roll that in. So when we start January 1st, that becomes the new assessment roll and the new assessment year. All those records would be started, and then that new staff would then start building the assessment rolls going forward based on the new updates to each file.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question or comment from the members? No? Very good. So then we are looking for a motion to adopt.
I move to adopt.
Thank you. Motion by Alder Close, second by Alder Bremser. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. And we go to item number 9. Resolution number 352627 by Alderperson Mitchell and Perrella, authorizing the appropriate city officials to enter into an agreement with Catalyst for CAMA AP5 assessment software for the city of Sheboygan and city of Plymouth. Any comment from staff? Administrator Bradley?
Yes, thank you. This is the finance director and IT department and finance staff have went through. I believe ultimately we ended up reviewing 4 softwares. One of them didn't have a product that was available in time in the state of Wisconsin. They typically handled state of New York. Then one was actually our current accounting system, which financially just wasn't that viable. And then it came down to 2 different softwares, and ultimately we're recommending Catalyst and their Patriot, or the CAMA AP5. It was most cost effective, seemed to be the most user friendly, and we did Finance Director Kruger did contact multiple references to kind of see how things were working. We received very, very positive feedback on this software specifically. So that's our recommendation to move forward. And I believe she has also talked with the city administrator over at Plymouth, and they're comfortable with this as well.
Thank you, Administrator Bradley. Any other comment from members? I do have a question again about the financial part. So the total amount is $83,825, but then I'm a little confused by the order forms. Maybe you can shed some light on that? Yes, thank you.
I think I might be able to answer that question. So Caitlin just has half a year for the software portion, the actual subscription piece. Since for accounting purposes, it's a July 1st to July 1st term. So we're only taking 6 months for the 2026 budget, and then the implementation costs on top of that. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it's sort of an accounting trick that we do to make sure that that we're actually taking the right amount of expense in the correct year.
So how much it costs per year? Or this is a one-time, the software is a one-time purchase, right? And what is the cost then of that?
So the implementation costs, let me pull up her email quick. So for the Catalyst software, the implementation costs up front will be $71,000, and the actual annual cost of subscription cost will be $25,000. And she just took half of that because it's starting July 1st, and for the 2026 budget year, we just want to take 6 months of expense. So she divided that in two to get to the amount, the budget impact for 2026.
Which is not the 83,825.
I apologize. It's the 71,000 plus half of the 25,000.
Okay,
That's how we
very
get to
good.
that number.
That makes more sense.
Sorry.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you so much. Any additional comment? Yes, Alder Close.
Thank you very much. I do have a couple of concerns about being locked into a software agreement for 5-year terms. I know there are provisions in there for being able to get out of the terms with 180 days notice. But I just wanted to see, has the IT department been able to assess this software? Is there any kind of plan for taking on internal support? I know one of the big fees that oftentimes balloons with one of these types of subscriptions is outside support and consultation with an external group. So if there's a plan or anything like that or building out capacity for being able to support this software in-house, is that something that's in the cards for us over the years, or are we going to primarily rely on that external support with this subscription?
Sure. So in-house, we would have what I would characterize as our subject matter expert on it. Excuse me. One of our staff is already fairly familiar. 1 to 2 of our staff are fairly familiar with it already, having supported it previously. We will primarily be expecting to get support from the vendor on this. And did take that input from other cities that are using it into account. That is a big part of the decision-making process. We actually calculated anticipated amount of time that my department would spend on support when we were evaluating primarily 3 of the options. And we're comfortable with this solution, at least for 1 year. The cost of 1 year of service and the implementation is less than the annual subscription of the next competitor that we were seriously considering. So in the event that in the first 12 months, we determined this really is not the solution for us, we would actually still be at a cost savings. Hopefully that is not going to be the case, and the input that we received from other cities does not give me the impression that we will find ourselves in that predicament.
Great, thank you. It's good to see that we're taking into consideration the capacity of the IT team, because I'm very sympathetic for new software getting loaded in and support not being factored in. So it's really good to hear that the planning went forward on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other comment? Seeing none, I'm looking for a motion to adopt.
Move to adopt.
Second?
Motion by Alder Decker, seconded by Alder Close. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. And we move to number 10. Resolution number 392627 by Alderperson Mitchell and Perrella, authorizing the finance director to execute the carry forward of the budget amounts from 2025 to 2026 for open purchase orders. Comments from staff?
Hello again. So this item is a bit of a housekeeping item as well. So we're looking for your approval to allow the finance department to carry forward the open purchase order listing that you see in your packet. to actually carry over the budget amounts from 2025 to 2026. Actually, per financial policy, or our financial policy, it requires our department to review open purchase orders at the end of every year, and then actually give the new council the ability to approve that and carry forward the amounts to the current year budget, actually per state statute. So the amount is 7.4 million. That's kind of an alarming amount, but again, I want to reiterate that it's not new money, so to speak. It's going to be money from projects that haven't been completed yet, carried over to the current year budget.
Thank you for that explanation. Any other comment from members? Questions? Anything at all? No? Very good. So then we are looking for a motion to adopt.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Alder Decker, second by Alder Close. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Opposed? The motion passes. And the next tentative meeting for date is June 22nd, 2026. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn?
Motion by Alder Close, second by Alder Brentzer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion passes. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.